Hello and welcome to Dateline Lagos on Channels Television. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. Coming up on the program, Governor Sanwo-Olu commissions 4 roads in Amuwo-Odofin local government area. Governor Sanwo-Olu inspects Ojo General Hospital project, and Lagos State government to launch 500 million naira Onje farmers subsidy intervention program. We kick off the show with road infrastructure. And another network of 4 roads has been delivered in Amuwo-Odofin local government area of the state by the Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu. Now, during the inauguration ceremony, Governor Sanwo-Olu gives assurance of completing the second phase of the Blue Rail Line. He says the phase 2 of the old Ojo Road will also be constructed to improve vehicular movement within the area. Please take a look.
It's the turn of Amuwo-Odofin local government area to receive 4 network of roads reconstructed by the administration of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. The governor and his deputy join other guests for the formal commissioning of Irede Road, Mumuni-Adio, Navy Town and Old Ojo Road Phase 1.
Sanwo-Olu, everywhere you go. Sanwo, everywhere you go.
Investment in road infrastructure is one of the priorities of the current administration to improve connectivity and boost economic activities across the state.
This occasion is a testament of the commitment of Mr. Governor, Mr. Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu, and the Deputy Governor, Dr. Kadri Obafemi Hamzat, to providing sustainable and resilient infrastructure, ultimately improving connectivity and quality of life for all Lagosians. The projects we are commissioning today are critical to the development and prosperity of Amuwo-Odofin local government area and Lagos State as a whole. Each of these roads serves as a vital transportation corridor that facilitates economic growth, enhances the movement of goods and services, and supports the social fabric of the local community. These roads improve connectivity and also support intermodal transportation, linking key transportation hubs, including the jetties and bonded terminals in the area. Together, these projects are part of the broader infrastructural vision that aligns with the Teams Plus agenda, especially in the areas of transportation and traffic management. This road connects the Lagos-Badagry Expressway at Trade Fair bus stop to the Irede Jetty, serving as a vital link for water transportation to several riverine communities, including Ibasa, Ibeshe, Ilashe, and Imore. Prior to reconstruction, it was a single carriageway road in a deplorable state, which hindered transportation and limited economic activities in the area. Today, we have a modern dual carriageway with a continuously reinforced concrete pavement finish, significantly improving durability and longevity.
Over the years, residents of Mumuni-Adio, Irede, Navy Town and Old Ojo community had a tough time commuting from one location to the other, but now they have a better story to tell.
There's so many things in Amuwo-Odofin and Badagry that need your attention. I'm happy that this is one of the things that have left our list. And I want Mr. Governor not to forget that most of the urbans here are from the riverine area of Amuwo-Odofin. And there are many projects we still want to see you and hope you will still help us execute. One of the things that I want to also ask Mr. Governor is for the completion of our Lagos-Badagry road, because it is a hellhole in itself. I had the misfortune of having to go to Badagry recently, and the Agbara access is a terrible, terrible place. On top of that, the customs and some other agencies have taken over the entire road and turned it into a fortress. Though it's affecting the traffic coming from Badagry and going to Badagry on both sides. If Your Excellency can please look into that for us and have the customs, because they should be at the border, they shouldn't be in the middle of the town. So we ask Your Excellency for your help in that one. And we'd also like to ask that our train service can start as soon as possible.
I remember on the 27th, February 27th, 2021, precisely at Eco Hotel. It was a day that I will ever live to remember and to cherish and to appreciate. Why? Because I was given the opportunity to present myself before the Legislative Executive Pali. In fact, I would have left, but that thing in me said, wait, Olawale, wait. Behold, Governor gave me all the opportunities necessary, all the support. At this particular day, I remember, even though Governor was giving each and every one of honorable members or whoever wants to talk, 3 minutes, but I ended up spending 10 minutes. He gave me this, and he accorded me all the respect to my people. Why? What did we celebrate? I celebrated my birthday. And I told Mr. Governor, I said, Mr. Governor, I don't remember my birthday. Even though I can see a mightily decorated cake bearing my name, I was like, oh, what is this? Anyway, I appreciated it. But Governor was like saying, what is happening? What do you want? And behold, I prostrated before everybody. I told Governor. He said I should mention them. I mentioned the 3 major roads which we are here commissioning today. What else? What else do I owe than to thank Mr. Governor and the entire executive body of Lagos State, and also where I rep my own institution, Lagos State House of Assembly. Well, this has been done, promise made, promise achieved, promise kept.
Governor, mi lọ́rọ̀ púpọ̀ ní màá sọ, dúpẹ́ mi dúpẹ́ o, kánà lọ́wọ́ wà pẹ̀lú yìí o, nǹkan kò ní ṣe yìí o, ẹ máa lọ rẹ, ẹ máa bọ̀ rẹ, ọkọ̀ ọba, àdàbà kò ní kọ́ ilẹ̀ ṣe o.
Representing the Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly is Honorable Desmond Elliott, who urged the people to protect the road provided for them.
These roads, ladies and gentlemen, is not a parking space. It is not for container to be parking or articulated vehicles. It's meant for people to move along the road with. It's meant for people to benefit. Please, can we discourage? Own your roads. I speak to all residents. Own your roads. Discourage parking of roads, parking of vehicles by the roadside. That is all we have to say, so that people can enjoy the benefits of democracy.
The 10.1-kilometer newly constructed roads connects the rail component of the Lagos-Badagry Expressway to the Inland Waterways Terminal with major linkages to residential and commercial areas. Governor Sanwo-Olu is excited to deliver the road project and also gives assurance of delivering the Phase 2 of the Blue Line Rail project.
These are 4 strategic roads that we've seen have changed and is changing the face of social economic development in Oriade, in Amuwo, and extending also to Ojo. We're bringing everything together. The first one is the Irede Road, which you know we have completed up to the Irede jetty. That jetty, we're doing something so that you can cross onto a riverine area. That has been completed. The second one is Adiomumuni Badmos. Because Badmos was no Rukoye, Adiomumuni Badmos. That road, 3-point-something kilometer, all the way to the jetty as well. That famous Ijegun, Abikiroko jetty, Ijegun jetty. Very strategic for petroleum products and all of the, PMS that is coming into the interland. We know what the destruction had been. At one point, we're expecting Messrs. NNPC to help develop that road, but they didn't listen. But we've gone there now. We've done a total rebuild. We've extended it to 4-lane highways so that our people and our citizens can enjoy good quality life with drainages and with culverts, with walkways, with street lights. Everything has been handed over onto that road. The third one is the old Navy Road, Navy Town Road. Navy Town has the strategic, from the name, Navy Town Barracks. our men of the Nigerian Navy that continue to implement strategic security on the waterways for us. This Navy town is indeed, in my view, maybe their biggest barracks. And to see the deplorable rates of that road, we had to do something. It also goes to the CBN, very big CBN staff quarters and training ground. So all of that is things of the past now. Old Ojo Road. The name is as old as Lagos itself. That is a long stretch, all the way that gets into Trade Fair, from Maza all the way there. Because of the strategic importance of it, we have to break that into two phases. We have completed phase 1. By the grace of God, we will start the construction of the phase 2 of the road, so that we will not give you half bread. We will give you a complete 3-course meal, because that is what you deserve in this part of the city. I also inspected, as we were driving, the ongoing phase 2 of the Blue Line. I was just looking at bridge and bridge and bridge and bridge. We continue to wonder that what is going on? What is going on? And you can begin to see that the real infrastructure on that phase 2 of the rail project is going on, and is going on very, very well. My prayer is that we will all live to see the completion of that phase 2 in no time, so that we can connect waterways infrastructure, we can connect road infrastructure, and we can connect rail infrastructure. We need to be able to change completely the landscape of this area permanently. We need to go back and look at the future of Lagos, which is on the waterways. And let's see which alignment will best fit, so that we can have a vehicular movement across the water, and see that development will come, infrastructure development will come to my people on the riverine side.
Given the strategic economic importance of Irede, Navy Town, Mumuni-Adio and Old Ojo Road Phase 1, government says the upgraded roads will stand the test of time, and the construction of the Phase 2 of the Old Ojo Road will commence immediately.
From Amuwo-Odofin local government to Ojo area of the state. Now, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu paid a working visit to the ongoing Ojo General Hospital project. Governor Sanwo-Olu gave a 12-month deadline to the contractor in charge of the project in order to hand over the hospital infrastructure to residents of that area.
This is the site of the Ojo General Hospital, sited on 6.5 hectares of land along Lagos-Badagry corridor. The hospital project is a 280-bed infrastructure being developed by the Sanwo-Olu's administration to ramp up medical care in Lagos West Senatorial District. Governor Sanwo-Olu arrives to inspect the project, accompanied by his deputy, Kadri Hamzat, and some members of the state cabinet. The multi-specialist hospital is expected to be the biggest healthcare facility in the district when completed.
This will be a multi-specialist hospital. It will be the biggest in the Lagos West Senatorial District. As you can see, the massive infrastructure and the facility that is coming up at this premises is over 6 hectares of land. It has full outpatient complement of all forms of medical diagnostics, accident and emergency, everything you can imagine in a specialist hospital will be here. And on top of that, it's got 280 bed accommodation, 280 bed accommodation. It's been built on what we call on 4 different verticals, right? And you see the walk around that it's not only extensive, it's actually very massive. But beyond that is to say it also has auxiliary facilities, which includes a big restaurant, a morgue, central laboratory facilities, stores, and or even on top of all of that, it now has a 64 flats for staff, medical personnel, and various other staffs that will be here in 3 bedrooms and in 1 bedroom. So you can see there are 4 blocks of residential apartment that will also come up here. So we believe that this will be an end-to-end complex. That will be a place where people can work, can live, and patients can come in here, receive medical care, and get well when they're leaving.
The state government mandates the contractor to deliver the project in the next 12 months.
Our word here is to encourage our contractor, Mr. Siba Construction, who we believe is doing a very big task here, and we've encouraged him that whatever is our own part, we will fulfill our own obligation, and we're hoping that before the end of this year, because this is January, and we're starting back bright and early. Before the end of this year, the man should begin to hand over our keys to us, but we will push everything to ensure that this becomes active in the next 12 months. We want to thank our stakeholders, all of the various leaders of our traditional institutions from UNIPA and all of them in council that are here to also join us on this inspection. We thank the students because it's just next to LASU. But we'll also thank another neighbor, which is Ojo Cantonment, which is just behind us here. So there's a lot of, improvement that were brought to this neighborhood. You can see the flyover bridge. You can see it's right in front of the blue line, which will be terminating at Okukumaiko. This will be the Iba Junction. And so you can see that there's a complete renewal of life, in all of these places. And so to have this multi-specialist general hospital also being stationed here, it means that indeed government is working for the people of Ojo, for the people of the entire Badagry division and their Awori land in general. And we just want them to continue to encourage us, to continue to wish us well. And let's hope that in another 12 months, we'll all come here, and push SIBA and ensure that we'll come and hand over this facility to the citizens and to the people of Lagos West Senatorial District.
Aside from the medical departments, the ongoing Ojo General Hospital project has other dedicated structures, including a morgue, a central laboratory, equipment storage facility, 4 blocks of doctors' residential quarters, all to help achieve a new healthcare experience for residents within the Ojo area of Lagos.
And finally on the program, the Lagos State government has announced plans to launch a 500 million naira intervention fund called Ojo Farmers Subsidy Intervention Program on Wednesday, February the 5th this year, 2025. The State Commissioner for Agriculture and Food Systems, Abisola Olusoya, made this note during a press conference at Alausa in Ikeja. The Commissioner says the objective of the program is to ensure a steady supply of poultry and fish products in the market, prevent further farm closures, and mitigate food insecurity in the state.
After the completion of the Ojo Eco Food Discount Market Phases 1 and 2 introduced by the Lagos State government through the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Systems in 2024, the state government has once again come up with yet another initiative called the Ojo Eco Farmers Subsidy Program to reduce the economic hardship of Lagos residents.
Please sit.
This initiative was announced by the Commissioner in charge of Ministry of Agriculture and Food Systems during a press conference at Alausa Ikeja. She says the program aims to support agricultural production through a 25% subsidy on animal feed.
In this regard, people have to bring money first, but this time around they'll be bringing only 75% of the cost of the feed for them to purchase, and then the state government will give the balance 25% payment on their behalf.
The state government says the program will start on Wednesday next week and last for 4 weeks. The farmers will pay 75% of the cost, while the government will cover the rest.
This year we are kicking off with our farmers, and we will drive this pilot first for the month of February. We are hoping to actually be able to sustain it, but the budget for this year is just about to kick in. Let me put it that officially, so we would see how that goes. But trust me, this is something we want to drive for the year, so we'll be pushing that to the fore. But for now, starting from next week, Wednesday, February 5th, every Wednesday we'll be having deliveries done to the different farm formations that I have mentioned. At least in a week, we should be dealing with nothing less than 1,000 farmers across the 6 locations, so per week. Now, the idea is it would be lovely if we could have a rotation of farmers, meaning it shouldn't be the same set of farmers every week. But then at the same time, in helping or wanting to help to drive sustainability, you must help the farmer up to the point where from the beginning of a laying season, and I'm just referring to layers in terms of birds, you want to help to see till the point where the chickens are actually laying and there's sustainability. Same thing for fish. They start with fingerlings. From fingerlings, there's a life cycle up till the time when you have your catfish, or let's even say your tilapia, as table sized. So the idea would be to help to walk the mile with the farmers. So we don't want a situation where we are doing hiccupy interventions where you give this farmer today, then you don't do anything for them next week or in 2 weeks time, and you move on to another farmer. So we will have to start off with a small number, and eventually as we have more pool of funds, we'll be able to do a larger size number of farmers based on competitive pricing, which we believe should still even be lower because of the interventions around the subsidy. And this should be passed on to the final consumers. As we build more markets, and Mr. Governor mentioned this, we'll be launching the food logistics hub before the middle of this year. We will be commissioning the Agege Food Hub. We'll be commissioning Abijo Food Hub. There are other hubs that are being built as we speak. The idea would be as many more hubs as we can build or push out, then this food will be going to such places directly, and that way you see the impact in terms of the interventions that are ongoing. Even for your regular markets that are not a hub, a food hub, or built by the state government, the idea would also be to partner with the large wholesalers there who would likely also be off-takers of some of these food items, and be able to help to push out lower priced foods that are of good quality to Lagosians. This would actually be the cheapest intervention for us as a state government that we would be having, and we feel it is also the most sustainable. Why I also mentioned it before, that it is something we see that we can do for the whole year. This time around, you are giving out 25%. So imagine that your 500 million, you are pushing out 25% on a weekly basis. It means you still have money to push subsequently till you run out, because you are starting off with 100%, you pay off 25, you have only 75, you pay off another 25, you have 50, and so on and so forth. Unlike before, you buy items, let's even say 500 million, you give everything out on that one day, and that is the end. But this time around, that will not be there. So we are hoping to see sustainability across board, and to also be able to push this on a bigger scale as we move along in the year.
The farmers in attendance commend the government for its support, but one of them asked for the authority to control market prices for the overall benefit of the people.
Yes, the farmers will be supported, and we will provide and produce all those things at our own state. But what happens to all these women who go to the farm, who go to market and go and sell? For example, somebody from Agbowa who buys from this, you cannot, he gets there and there because ruler is costly, because some other items are costly. He will want to kind of add whatever so that it will kind of sustain him or her. What can the state government do on making sure that the price is reduced generally?
It is difficult for people to say this is the price of this, let's say, or this fish, because your production framework may be different from farmer B, farmer C, because maybe you are using solar, somebody else is using generator, another person is using some other types of power. You would refuse to sell your fish at a reduced price because you probably used generator, unlike someone who used solar. But eventually, if we're able to push out a price point that everyone knows that this is the standard, and I will use global standard. When I say global, I'm not referring to the world, but global standard in terms of Lagos, you will be forced to find alternatives to how you can produce cheaper so that you can still make margins based on that global pricing that has been set. That is what the logistics hub and those middle level hubs will do. Mushin, for instance, we were able to sustain egg prices at the lowest price across Lagos for the whole of last year, and it was for no other reason than the fact that in instances where farmers would otherwise have faced a glut, meaning they have excess and there's nowhere to sell, they had a sustained location where they could push eggs to for the whole year. With all of the Onje Eko we also did, the discount market, it helped to push out a lot of eggs for them, and they were able to peg their pricing because there was steady flow of their eggs going out. Same thing with others that have been selling in that particular location. So a replication of that across the state will start to help to sanitize pricing.
The Lagos State government says launching the Onje Eko Farmers Subsidy Program will ensure food security, stabilize food prices, empower farmers, and reinforce the state's leadership status in agricultural innovation and sustainability.
That's the program for this week. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. Remember, be the best you can, obey all state laws, and of course, keep a healthy life. Till next time, it's bye for now.